Guarantee the story actually happened. It was back around 3rd grade. You remember 3rd grade? I was older than everyone else in my class, having failed the 1st grade, but thanks to an accident involving a sailboat and in a low-hanging electric power line, I was also slower, weaker, and inferior to everyone else. Anyone of whom could hit you with a dodgeball, catch your pop fly, or tackle you better than I ever could. We're learning 3rd grade English. You remember 3rd grade English? Those shrimpy little 3rd grade desks designed just to make you feel insignificant below the uber teacher. She's teaching us a short story out of a book. This was way before video. This is how she had to teach. This particular short story includes a park ranger alone in a cabin in the woods. The first kid in the class, this Weasley kid who had all these toys on his front porch, he gets up and he starts reading like, "It was a warm day. The park ranger sat in his cabin doing paperwork. The front door was open." Interesting interpretation. A little quiet, kind of rushed, kind of brain dead. He hands the story off to this girl with a sweet smile who I always had a crush on. And this is where the narrative really kicks in. He looked up to see 2 cute and cuddly baby bears crawling in through the open door. Next is the kid who made his Halloween candy last until February. The ranger watched in pleased amusement as the baby bears began to play on the cabin floor. Why are these guys talking like that? I have never heard any of them talk like that. Not once in my life have I heard one of them ask, "Wanna go to my place and watch the beast from 20,000 fathoms?" Next is the big kid who would beat me up by the railroad tracks after school. The ranger looked up into his terrified eyes. This is where the writer raises the stakes. Into the cabin walked an enormous mama bear, looking for her cubs. That is not lifelike. Bears are frightening. My father, a scout leader and a lawyer, once took a group of teen convicts from some Baltimore correctional institution. He took them camping in the woods. Intense. And these convicts, convicted of robbery, assault, possession, they were scared of bears. But in my class, this big kid, this kid who struck pants-wetting fear into his enemies, he's reading like, "The ranger froze in a grip of mortal fear, the bear's claws and teeth only inches away." Fear does not sound like that. I have expertise in the area. Before you know it, we've gone through the entire girl cult who always eat lunch together. Nothing. Even though the level of fear increases, the ranger creeps up to shortwave, set to reach headquarters. And he turns his shortwave on. He waits for it to warm up. Remember when radios had to warm up? Finally, he reaches headquarters. Only, if he talks too loud, he's afraid Mama Bear is going to notice the giant chicken McNugget standing right next to the radio. So, of course, he whispers, like we all would do, right? "Ranger Roy to headquarters. Ranger Roy to headquarters. This is headquarters. What can we do for you, Ranger Roy?" "I need help." That's not fear. Fear is everybody watching you on home plate as a baseball comes straight at your face. "Come again, Ranger Roy?" "You faded out there, Ranger Roy." By now it's the kid with the weird skin condition. "Talk louder, please." "I'm talking as loud as I can. I've got bears." That's not fear. Fear is when that stocky girl pushes you and you can either fight or not fight back and have everyone call you a girl, or do fight back, and when she punches you in the face, prove it. "Please repeat that, Ranger Roy." Now, it's my one friend in the whole school who I didn't know was about to move to Omaha. "I've got bears." Bears. That's not fear. Fear is when those morons who have pissing contests in the boys' room trough gang up on you and say, "What, are you some kind of homo?" And you don't even know what that means. Ranger Roy, are you drinking beer? Oh my God. This is the girl who has all her homework done on the second day of Christmas vacation. Not beers, bears. I've got bears. That's not fear. Fear is sitting in third grade English, knowing that in an hour that big kid is going to be waiting outside by the railroad tracks. Finally, know who's next? That's right. Me. My turn. And I'm stupid. I do it right. Ranger Roy, if you're spending the whole afternoon drinking beers, no, not beers. Bears. Bears. I've got bears in my cabin, you stupid douchebag. That wasn't really the line, but I embellished for artistic effect. And that's right. Nobody needs to tell me that's right. Nobody needs to tell me that's real. That's truth. I feel it, but the proof, objective proof I'm right, for the first time in that barren desert of an afternoon, I hear the other kids laugh. A laugh like that lie that teachers tell you, they're not laughing at you, they're laughing at fill in the blank. Of all the kids in that room, I guarantee you none of them remember that class today. But I do. I'll tell you why. So I'm in the cafeteria thinking about this. I've got my little milk carton. Remember those milk cartons? I'm thinking about those kids. What's wrong with them? What's their problem? Then suddenly, I don't know how I get it, but I get it. All those kids, all my enemies, they're afraid. Afraid of getting up in front of the whole class. If they get up in front of the whole class, of looking stupid, if they put themselves out there, put the truth in themselves on the line. They're afraid they'll look stupid, and the kids will laugh at them, like how they laughed at me. And I realize I'm free. Because I don't care if I look stupid. Hell, they're going to say I look stupid no matter what I do. So I'm not afraid. And because I'm not afraid, I've got a power, like Green Lantern. I can get up in front of the whole class, the entire school, and do something really stupid. I would, and I did, get in front of my whole class and do an oral report on the age of dinosaurs. Or get in front of the whole school for the 6th grade assembly and perform Marcel Marceau's Man in a Glass Box. Or I can audition for Ringo in the 6th grade production of The Yellow Submarine. With everything I have inside me, everything all those morons tried to make me think was worthless, I can do all that because I am not afraid. And that's how I became an actor.